My name's Gary Blair. I'm just a worker. On two different occasions, one about 2012, another in 2019, I had coworkers come up to me and tell me rather vehemently, "You've talked enough shit around here." You know, whereas I didn't know exactly what they were talking about or what they were referring to at the time, I do know my general presentation, you know, during my whole work life, or for most of it. Yeah, it's, I don't care what kind of car you drive, I don't care what kind of drugs or alcohol you've been consuming, I don't care what you and that girl did, I don't care who won the big game. But I do care about getting through the workday in the easiest way possible, which is a whole other story. I express the injustice we all face even when other folks don't want to even think about it. Usually prompted by a comment or an event. This is a small sample of the shit I talk. We're in conflict with the boss from the moment we walk in the door. He wants the most amount of work for the least amount of pay. We want the most pay for the least amount of work. So it's two opposing goals. One's going to be dominant and one's going to be subservient from the moment we walk in the door. The only way to make more money is by working less. If I work 10 hours for $100, that's $10 an hour. If I can goof off for 8 hours and just work 2, that's $50 an hour. I'm just saying. Of course, the boss always comes to you with the assignment and lets those other guys over there goof off. Because if he tells you to do it, he knows it's going to get done. If he tells them other guys, they're going to half-ass it or not do it at all, and you're still going to have to come behind them and redo it. The folks who work the most get paid the least. That's everywhere across the board. So, yeah, the people who work the most and get paid the least is the foundation class. That's us. The foundation class, I got that from Brad over at Full Spectrum Survival. But yeah, we support everybody above us. And that's a whole nother story too, we'll come back to later. And why? Why, if it's so messed up, why do I do it? This is what I've always explained, the same story over the years, because it's my fundamental viewpoint. Now, when I was a kid, I wasn't going to work very long in a factory or warehouse or machine shop. I refused. I was unable to do it. To go into the same place every day and do the same thing over and over and see my co-workers, usually older than me, looking sad, bent over, shuffling, limping. I just couldn't go along with it. Okay, so, but I would have to periodically in order to survive. But I always did the least amount possible, usually just a couple of weeks, you know, maybe a month. But that did change. Instantly, overnight. The greatest spiritual experience of my life was when my first child was born. I was there in the hospital when she came out all green and slimy, you know, and in that moment, I felt the universe shift and lock into place. I instantly understood, you know, my past, my parents, our relationship, and I knew my position, my role going forward. You know, I was locked in, you know, there was no doubt. I knew what the future held. I was going to be working every day for the rest of my life. And I have been for damn near 40 years. And actually, I'm grateful for it.